guys. Look at that chat blowing up already. Eric, AJ, Doug Taylor, the captain, Scott. Scott, what are you doing in here on a Monday? Did you get fired again? Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Now we're live. Are you guys live? I think I messed it up. Anyway. Hey, Scott, AJ, Doug, Captain, Eric, Daniel. How are you guys? Good to see you all so bright and early in the chat. Lighting it up.
Having a hard time getting in.
What?
Turn the Wi-Fi on.
I'll give you a second. We got time. We're early. It's just now 7 o'clock. We're back. Hey, Josh, how are you, man? Let's see. Nobody's talking to me in the chat. I hope they can hear me.
Yeah, they'll let us know.
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
Where's Vlad? Vlad's doing soccer tonight. He's not here yet. I am not a bot, says AJ. Wow.
That's questionable.
Man, yeah, I don't know about that, AJ. You never seem to show up when I need you.
He has no feelings.
Okay, AJ says he can hear us.
Bots have no feelings.
Yeah, bots have no feelings. An island never cries. How is everybody? Did you have a good week? A lot going on in the world of Overpower. Got a lot of news to discuss today. Oh, it's 54 in Florida? Are you kidding me? That's all?
Heat wave up here.
Yeah, I'd love to have that. What is it right now? We're at like 34?
If that.
Yeah, 35 in Columbus right now. High today was 37. It was a response to the chat. Okay. Eric, 63 in Seattle. Are you kidding me?
Warmer than Florida? Hey,
Right.
man.
Yeah, you need to turn that down. 63 in Seattle. Seattle, hey, Doug, how's that going? Do you know if Larry reached out to those guys? We got a lot to talk about. I want to talk a little bit about Seattle. I think maybe we need to go to a restaurant in Seattle, get a host restaurant, play in their back room, sit around, play cards, and eat all day. I want one of those lemonades that get unlimited refills.
Those are good.
Let's see, Daniel says, I appreciate how tonight grew organically out of Facebook this week. Yep, you got it. It sure did. I saw all the questions in Facebook, and I said, hey, we need to talk about that. And Howard, who has not chimed in just yet,
Where you at, Howard?
he had the exact same thought. He wanted to discuss what is legal and what is not legal to play. So I have a statement from the North American Overpower League that I will read eventually and talk about playable cards, legal, illegal. I kind of was hoping Josh Alexander would show up because he sometimes makes his own rules out in OKC.
He doesn't really like proxies.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't like Masters of Evil.
Or Marvels.
The Marvels, kind of. It's just the Masters of Evil. Most people don't even know about them.
What about Big Ricky? He just...
Right. And that's something that I would bring up tonight. That has me leaning more towards accepting Masters of Evil because Ricky really stepped up, and I was waiting for Ricky to show up in the chat before I was going to brag about him.
I popped his bubble.
Yeah. You took all the air out of his balloon. Hey, Michael. Yeah, Michael, go ahead. Tell us, how warm is it in California?
Maybe it's cold there, too.
No, I don't think so. Okay, Doug says he's not sure if Larry talked to the store yet. Okay, so Doug, Larry, and Doug, myself being the second Doug, have been chatting with Joe about this venue in Seattle. I think it's too expensive, and I think it's too small, to be honest with you.
Definitely too
It
expensive.
sounds like they are pretty busy without us. And if we bring 30, 35 players in, if we bring 20 or 25 players in, it might be a packed house, and let alone if we get to 30 or 35. And they want a lot for 4 hours. Maybe Larry can get them to accept a flat fee per player. But like I said, if they're that busy, I don't know that they can make room for us. So I think you guys need to look at, oh my gosh, Michael, 78 degrees.
But broke 80.
Oh, oh man.
Beautiful.
I'm on an airplane tomorrow, Michael. I'm
Yeah.
coming to see you.
Yeah, Michael, don't come here.
Don't come to us. I'm coming to you.
Yeah, we moved the COC.
Yeah. So we will continue to work on Seattle, but I really like Doug's idea of having it at a restaurant, which is just a little farther away than this store is. Now, I got a lot of chats to read. Let's see. Captain, does anyone bring spare Marvel to the tournaments for those who have never had the Marvels cards? Yes. People do bring a lot of extra cards. The best way to do it, though, would be to maybe put out in advance, hey, I need this card or these cards, if somebody could bring them for me.
Yeah.
It's a great community, and there's always people willing to help out. I feel like that would be my major disadvantage if I intend. You know, it can be, but I have two 3,200 count boxes of cards that I usually keep here at the store. So if you come to Columbus, I let anyone go through and pick out whatever they want.
And the thing is, you can build a very competitive deck that wins tournaments without the Masters of Evil as well. So it's not something
Sure,
you have to have.
you don't need Masters of Evil. You don't need the Marvels to be competitive.
Marvels, maybe.
You think?
Yeah, because of Doctor Strange and Silver Sable.
Well, yeah, you do need those cards. But we allow proxies at most events, so... Hey, there's Ricky. Ricky was just bragging about you, man. Ricky put into the Facebook page a scan of every one of the Masters of Evil cards. You can go to that Facebook page, download any and all of the Marvel's cards. He even told you how to print them out, how to resize them, and you could print 9 on a page, which is amazing. Ricky, you are the man. Thank you so much. Yeah, we can get you taken care of. Captain, anything that you need, just post in advance. You can do it right here in the chat. And I'm sure you get a whole bunch of people volunteering to bring cards for you. I know you got IRC, do not have any Marvels. Was it a big problem, Josh? Josh says, I have Marvel cards now, but generally you're only throwing a few in your deck. Yeah, the Marvels is just the Doctor Strange and the Silver Sable that you're going to see a whole lot of.
Yeah, unless you're like me and play Iron Man.
Right. Iron Man's got the teammate avoid one attack made with the power card. Iron Man may draw 1 card. And it's nasty. Although I just played 2 games against Phil, and I only let him use that card 1 time by accident. And one hand, he was counting on getting to draw a card, and he didn't, so he had to concede out. But he did win both games. Let's see. Yeah, Josh says a few people in Boston lent him some cards. Yeah, that was awesome of Ricky. Josh, if there's anything that you need, it's right there. You can download it, print it out at home, make your own card out of it.
Yeah, Marvels did have a lot of one-offs that
Doug-
were very good.
Yeah, and Doug Taylor's got some stuff, and you don't even need to resize Doug's. Doug scanned Masters of Evils. Or
Yeah, I think he
something.
scanned Master of Evil, but he printed out all the Marvels, I know for sure, with like 3 different prints.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he did the Canadian version, an American version, and I think like an online version that somebody had made.
Yeah, so there you go. There's a couple of different ways. If you're not on Facebook, obviously you're going to have a little trouble. But for now, if you're on Facebook, it's right there in the media section of the Overpower Facebook group page. And Colossus, the LO from Marvels, Is that the one where you discard three
It's like-
cards from hand?
No, it's like the Iron Man card. It
Oh,
voids, it voids a special and lets you draw
Okay. Where
for
they
a
cool?
teammate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Colossus got discard 3 cards from hand from the Mega Powers.
Oh, Mega Powers. That's right. That's right. Okay, yeah, that's a good card. Mega Powers are hard to find.
Yeah, they're hard to get now.
They used to be pretty much all over the place because all the players at the time had to have them, and we got 2 or 3 sets each, and
Yeah.
then they just kind of
Well,
came hard.
Norm Barth ended up with all of them, and he sold them to Larry. So Larry has them all,
Oh, okay.
which I don't know how many, but
Yeah, the Orange King, man, he rules the day when it comes to singles. Michael says he has a complete sets of Marvels. There are current Canadian ones about the same price as Canada, just not the high postage. You're in Canada, get them from them. You can still order them from the Canadians.
I don't think so.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't think so either, Michael. I think they are.
As far as I know, no.
I think they're out of the overpower business. We're trying to reel them back in, but it is not easy. There's Howard. Hi, Howard. How you doing, buddy? I did get your message, and I have printed out your statement, and we will talk about that here real soon. Oh, man. There's AJ again. AJ, make sure you come by and see me tomorrow. Michael says, yes, you can get them. All right, Michael. That's awesome. I might send off and get a set. What do they charge?
I don't know. I didn't think you could get them anymore.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
Okay.
How much are they, Michael?
Yeah,
And
Michael,
who do we?
how much are they?
and
I
who do we
might
get 'em
send
from?
off and get a Canadian version.
Yeah, they're really nice. They're like the premier. Got a nice black back. They feel just like a regular overpower card.
Wow. Okay.
The ones from America are thicker and glossier. They're harder to shuffle and harder to get in sleeves.
The Canadian sets, is it just one of every card, or is there a play set
I
of?
think it's a play set. I think it's 1 card of all the 1 per decks and 3 of the non-1 per decks.
Wow. Okay, Michael, you got me interested.
Michael, where can we get those?
Yeah, message us offline if you have to. I'd like to have some of those.
Yeah, those are really nice sets.
Yeah. So, okay, this year. Oh, wait. Michael says, don't get them from him. Get them from me. Oh, I got you. All right. All right, Michael.
Cheaper for him? Probably the shipping cost would be cheaper.
Yeah. All right, we got you, Michael. We're going to bombard you with text messages and emails wanting to know how we can get those play sets from you. Is there a website or contact you via email? The captain is asking. AJ's coming tomorrow and he's bringing a friend. Okay, I'm not guaranteeing I can play a game.
We've heard this story before.
But come on down. Love to see you. Yeah. Wow, Michael. How many? Do you have a lot, Michael? Or are you printing on demand? Because we might just blow you up. So, what? Thing got a discard 2 to attack.
It's actually better in Spawn's card.
AJ says, make sure you have a deck tomorrow. What time you get off work tomorrow?
5.
5?
Yeah.
AJ usually gets here around 3:45 or 4 o'clock. So if you want to come over, hang out for a while. I think Jessica works till 6 tomorrow, so I probably could get away. Don't tell AJ I said that.
Plug your ears, AJ.
I get them from Canada and just buy in bulk. Okay. Give us a link.
Yeah. So hopefully he has plenty. He just made himself famous.
Yeah. Michael's going to be the guy who hooks up everybody. All right, 7:14. Gets giving a few more people a little more time. Check your phone, Doug. What?
Shut your trap, Phil.
What is this? Greenville. Okay. Well, whatever, AJ. I'll see you tomorrow. Come over around 5 when you get off work. If you got time, if you can.
Okay.
Don't make Laura mad. She might be in the chat
She probably is.
and eavesdropping. I know my wife's been getting in the chat and listening too. I think she mostly, I don't know, she might be playing it back later, but I think she's probably sneaking around on me, watching me.
Yeah, wife did all the laundry yesterday, so I'm sure she freed up all of her time for tonight.
All right, guys, so like we were saying, in the Facebook group page, a lot of people have been asking what's legal and what's not legal in the tournaments. And everything is kind of up to each of the organizers of the North American Overpower League. They can kind of tweak this a little bit. Most of them, Josh is the only one who really doesn't like proxies. Everyone else kind of accepts them.
Yeah, I don't want to hinder people from playing.
Right.
That's all they have.
So Howard actually, I guess he saw what I was going to put down for the stream tonight, so he put out a post.
Yeah, he got Ant-Man first.
Isn't that a cool Ant-Man card? It's not playable.
He's even less playable.
Yeah,
He's
it's even less playable.
if
But-
that's possible.
Yeah. That guy has a DeviantArt page where he has a lot of overpowered cards on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It is beautiful, though.
It's really nice. So I will try to put a link to that DeviantArt page. Actually, I will. I'll put it in the chat, and then I'll try and tag it in the screen. But he's got some. There we go. This will take you to the Scott Lang card itself. But check him out. He's really got some cool stuff. He's got some Giant Man cards, Giant Man Henry Pym cards, a level 7 strength attack. If successful, target character may discard one place card from opponent's choice and move into reserve for remainder of battle. Man, Giant Man Henry Pym needs that card. He really does.
It's a nice white tiger.
Yeah. Opponent may not defend against any of Ant-Man's attacks with a value of 2 or less for remainder of game.
Hey!
Ant-Man's attack with a value of 2 or less do not count towards Spectrum KO.
Like the Apocalypse card, right?
So check him out. He's got some really cool stuff there. It was a lot of fun looking at his DeviantArt page, and I'm sure he'll be glad to have all the hits on his page. Howard says, I put it out to lower the temp on Facebook and end all the questions about what people can and can't use. Thanks, Howard. I appreciate that. I've got it printed out right here. I'm going to read it here in just a minute. Josh allows proxies, just OG art only. And I think if you're going to allow proxies, that's really probably the best way to do it.
It is,
Just-
but there's so many different specials out there now that, like the 2 different Marvels or the 3 different Marvels, I guess. No.
Yeah, but I like being able to look at the picture and know
And
what
know
the
what it
card
is.
reads without
Yeah.
having to read the
No,
text.
I get it.
Josh is working on a Hellboy fan set. All right, let's read this statement put out by the North American Overpower League. There have been numerous postings on Facebook seeking clarification on proxies and the use of Marvels and Masters of Evil fan sets at now events. We encourage players to build decks with official Flair, Marvel Entertainment, and BMG cards. Other members most likely have the cards you require to build your decks. Reach out and you may be surprised by the number of responses you will receive. The Orange King has a huge supply of cards for sale. He is the go-to guy for overpower cards and can be found at theorangeking.com. There you go, Larry. Got you plugged. If you have exhausted your options, then now allows players to use proxies during tournament play. Proxies can be scanned, printed on regular writing paper, and placed in front of a card in a sleeve. Proxies must use the original art from the Flair or Marvel Entertainment cards. These can be found at overpower.ca. They've got everything up through the Marvels up there, right?
Right, everything there except for Masters of Evil.
Right, there's no Masters of Evil, but we got that covered too. We do not allow proxies for BMG published cards. These must be originals and can be purchased from the Orange King. that now allow the players, or allow the Marvels and the Masters of Evil fan-made sets to be used in our tournaments. They add several new characters and make some seldom used characters playable. The mini specials are a welcome addition to the original card pool. Now members are able to request copies of the official images for these cards by sending an email to Doug Taylor at, I'm going to read it, I'm not going to post it because then it'll get him some spam mail, dougred4@gmail.com. Doug, red, the number 4, @gmail.com. Or just private message him on Facebook. Emails, messages must include the member's full name and the member's now challenge account name. Members must also declare in their request that they will not post, distribute, or sell the images. Mr. Taylor will then email the files to the members. Once received, members can print the images and create proxies for tournaments use as described above. We hope this note provides the clarity you seek and removes the need for members to post queries in this regard on Facebook. All right, there you go, guys. There are ways, not to mention in that Facebook group, you can now download Doug or Ricky's file copies of every card that you would need from Marvels or Masters of Evil. It doesn't help you if you need Monumental or Power Surge cards, but
Well, it does.
huh?
Yeah, because you can go to the overpower.ca.
Well, yeah, right, that's what I meant. This
Oh,
they're
for
not
those
in the Facebook game.
Mm.
If you need the original cards, you just go to overpower.ca, and I hope those guys never take that site down because that is a wealth of information,
It is.
and somebody should try to buy it off of them if they have lost interest in the game, or hopefully we can bring them back into the fold. There, Howard, how we doing? You like that? Everything good there? I think that answers all the questions. It's pretty clear what you can and cannot do. If you need a card, we can make it available to you somehow, some way. And Doug Taylor says, Red 4 standing by. Is Doug an X-Wing pilot? Former X-Wing pilot. He don't do that anymore.
Now he looks for venues.
Yeah, now he's on the hunt for places to play Overpower. And he's doing a good job up there. We appreciate all the time you're putting in, Doug. Howard says he loves it, so we get Howard's seal of approval,
All right.
which is always a good thing.
If you love it, we love it.
Yep, I'm happy. There, I just saw a heart pop up. Was that you?
That
Look,
was
us
me.
another heart.
You want another one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All
Give
right.
us some love. All right. How many people we got in the chat? How many got in there?
Let's see here.
What'd you do?
I don't know.
Oh,
made
my
us look
gosh.
better.
Well, anyways, we got a lot of people in the chat tonight.
What'd I do? There we go.
Well,
15.
15. Thanks for coming, guys. All right. Does anybody have any questions about that statement? I think it's pretty clear, but that's because I knew it all already. So if you have a question, please give it to us, and we will get you an answer right now. We got Howard in the chat. I got Phil right here to answer anything. So you guys should be good. By the way, you need to go get those files and download them now, because guess what's coming up at the end of February? The Champ of Champs.
That's going to be epic.
AJ says you need to put your glasses on.
No, I got fat fingers, sorry.
Yeah, the Champ of Champs is looking good, guys. Super excited. We have 9 of the top 10 ranked players have committed to coming.
Yep.
These guys are committed. They're coming, barring anything major happening between now and then. So they are coming.
And
9 of the top 10.
And 11 of the top 12.
11 of the top 12 ranked players and 12 of the top 16.
Right.
So the best players in the country that are still competing or that have come back to competing are coming. It's going to be hard. We have 10 spots already taken.
Yeah,
So
all 10.
Friday night, we're going to be battling for 6 more spots to go into the Champ of Champs. Right now, we have 16 players signed up for Friday night's event. Oh, wait a minute. Josh says, get ready for an uptick in the sewer decks. You know, I was looking at the sewer the other day. Not bad.
Yeah.
Is there a negate in there? I can't remember.
Yeah, Mole Man.
Mole Man's in there, right?
And I made Lizard and Abominations made as well in MOE.
There we go. Josh, I agree. I wouldn't be surprised. As a matter of fact, somebody asked me for some cards so they could make the sewer. Is
Yeah.
that Vlad?
Yes,
Sorry.
it was. I don't know
Yeah.
if he was making it for a site or a deck. But
Yeah, I don't think he'll play it, though. Competing, not retired, says AJ. Yes, you are. Call it Cthulhu. Champ of Champs, Doug Taylor. Man.
I would like to hear what it sounds like, though.
Yeah. I'm really excited about it. We have still 2 people on the FOMO list, Josh and Justin. Josh, you coming to Columbus? Are you off the FOMO list yet? There was one more person on the FOMO list. I can't remember who it was.
Justin?
Josh and Justin, there's a third one. It was still on the list. I can't remember who he is. Because Eric Counts is off the FOMO list, and he's coming to Columbus. 16 players so far Friday night, which would put us at 26 players for the event. How many do we have at the OP Cup? 27?
27, yeah.
21
So-
below the OP Cup.
I might bring my wife just to make it a tie.
You know, oh,
Or should we,
no.
should we beat it?
No, I want to beat it. I don't want to tie it. I want to beat it. So if we can get Josh and Justin off the FOMO list.
Yeah, come on, Justin.
Come on, Josh.
Yeah, it's so cold in Florida, you might want to come up.
Yeah. I did look at the 30-day forecast again, and that whole week in Columbus is supposed to be in the low to mid 40s.
That's pretty good.
So it's not too bad. You shouldn't have to worry about snow depending on where you're coming from. Michael. Michael's the other one on the FOMO list. Michael, I'm putting you down again.
He's on all of them, he said, though.
All right, Michael. Where can I find non-teamwork universe cards? At my house, Eric. At my
Everywhere.
house. Let me know what you need. They put those on overpowered.ca, right?
I don't know about the basic universe cards.
Oh, they might not. Okay. It's a great question, Eric.
Yeah.
You can play the Cthulhu 5 multi-power at the COC, which is called the Cthulhu, or otherwise known as the Champ of Champs. Don't put her through the punishment, Bill. AJ says.
She might qualify.
Yeah, she's practiced against you enough, right?
Yeah.
It'd be nice if we could get Nicola and her husband to
Dave.
come.
Yeah.
Dave,
I reached out, but
there you go. That puts us at 28 right there. We got James up in Michigan who may come down on Saturday to play in the tournament for the rest of us. Keep the snow away from the Lake Erie. Yeah, Howard, it looking pretty good. I think you guys are going to have a pretty good drive. You shouldn't have to worry about too much. Is Scott Flint still in the chat? Scott has qualified, and he's coming up Friday with 2 guys
two qualify.
that are going to try to qualify. Yeah, Scott Williamson and Chris Vazina. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to play 1 tournament on Friday and 2 on Saturday. We're going to look at live streaming on Friday and 1 or 2 events, tables on Saturday. I'd kind of like to live stream each tournament, 1 table off each one.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
It'd be hard. I don't know how we'll do it because we can't put them both on our channel at the same time. But maybe we can just record them and play them later.
One
We'll
of
work on it.
The Discord channel?
We could just Discord doesn't allow you to record.
Hmm.
But I got some friends that are going to help me figure this out. One of them named Josh Christopher. Maybe he knows what I can do. But I'll go to the Mills James guys, the same guys that broadcast the OP Cup, and we'll hash it out. They come into the store every day, just about. So I hope you guys make it. There's a bunch of Canadians coming down. I hear the Canadians are coming in 2 cars.
Yeah.
They're loading up.
Yeah, caravan in it.
Yep. And Phil Keffer may show up. You never know about him. If he would show up, we'd have all 10 of the top 10 players. We'll see. Eric, I haven't used basic in training since the game came out, but I'm looking at the armory. Doug, we're able to land any commentators for the game streams. Yes, we're working on that. Basically, it's probably going to fall into the hands of people that don't qualify for the Champ of Champs that are volunteering to then commentate on the Champ of Champs. And then we'll work on a commentator for the tournament for the rest of us, if we can actually broadcast it 2 events at once. Still haven't figured that part out yet, like I said, but we're trying. We got 2 cameras.
Yeah,
I got
I really want to commentate, so I've been itching to do it. So
Well, you're going to commentate Friday.
I can do it Friday.
Yeah. And AJ will be the judge.
Right. And I can help him. if
Well,
need be.
actually, maybe he could commentate with you, and Joe doesn't need to qualify. Maybe he'll judge for us. We'll reach out and ask Joe.
Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
I know they're coming in early Friday because McMillan has to qualify.
yeah, Joe does okay commentating.
Yeah, not bad.
So it's going to be a whole lot of fun, guys. And it is a fun event. $25 entry for the last minute qualifier, $10 for the tournament for the rest of us. But the Champ of Champs itself is free.
And you get a T-shirt.
You get a T-shirt, and we got lots of prizes, which you've seen it in the Facebook page. Now I know where my tablet is. It's sitting at home. Because it
add
also
them to the
has
list.
a list of all the pricing. Right now we have $600 in cash, which will probably be split between first and second place in some way. 500, 100 is what I'm thinking. Maybe 4 and 2.
$5.99 a dollar.
We have a piece of original art that is going to be donated by the Overpower Adventures. We have a lot of single cards, some of the rare stuff that's kind of hard to get, and then some of the rare stuff that's not so hard to get, but it's kind of cool to have. I have some original Overpower Legion membership cards that I'm going to give out. I think I got 6 or 7 of those. The Black Cat 5 Any Hero or Any Power. Stefan from the Flying Monkey, who's not in the chat. Stefan, you didn't say hi.
Howard said
Tyler might want to commentate.
You know what? I was thinking about that too, Howard. Yes, I was going to ask you. That's asking for sure.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Get
yeah.
me and Ty on.
Oh, wait a minute.
Let
Oh,
AJ
yeah,
judge.
Tyler and Derry, they've already qualified, so they don't
Right.
need to play. So that would be good.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can switch you guys out. You can commentate with Ty, and you can commentate with AJ, and
Yeah.
one
Switch
not
teams up.
commentating can
Can
get Joe judge. It's going to be fun. Everybody's coming. It's going to be so much fun. We have pricing. What else? Flying Monkey's going to donate some rare singles. He was supposed to get me a list, but I haven't heard from him all week, so I don't know what he's donating just yet. Larry is going to run his raffle. He's giving away an original piece of rogue art. Is that what?
I thought I saw something.
I think it's a piece of rogue art. I don't know what one that would be. Would that be the? I don't know. He had something else he's raffling off. I can't remember what it was now.
Was it
Masters of Evil, the original
Okay.
set.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Heroes and Games, Heinz Jewelers, and the Overpower Adventures are all chipping in some cash. So it's going to be fun. Liquid Death is going to be here. They're giving us
Giving us some new samples.
Yes, there'll be some samples for Liquid Death. A lot of different flavors of water, sparkling water.
It's really good.
Yep, it is. They're actually going to give us a cooler that we can put in the room, a Liquid Death cooler.
Oh,
And we'll fill it
nice.
with ice and put some cans in there and try and keep it stocked.
The new axe.
No, we're going to leave that sign on the store.
Maybe I'll bring my Valhalla axe to display.
There you go. Bring it. We need the Costas to show up.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
Come on, guys.
Come on, Dave. Work your magic.
Yeah, Dave, talk him into it. Greg is in
You
the
could
top
offer him
A
six.
ticket to the Ravens. Oh, wait a minute.
The Ravens won't be in the Super
Oh,
Bowl.
man.
Not this year, Ravens fans. Yeah, there you go, AJ. You can play Tyler for the right to commentate, winner take all.
Yeah, we got to get.
Greg is one of the 4 in the top 16 who's not planning on coming right now, I think.
Yeah, I
Greg,
think he was number 13.
Nicola, Phil
and,
Keffer,
and John Keffer.
and John Keffer are the only 4 out of the top 16 that right now are not committed to coming. So hopefully we can put a little pressure on Greg to show up. But he'll probably just play that stupid helicarrier deck that drives me crazy. But is that what he plays? Does he play the hand with the helicarrier?
No, I think he's playing hand with any heroes, but
Oh,
yeah, it's very
okay.
good.
Yeah, I love the hand. It's great. They got some great cards now. So if everybody on our list right now shows up, that's 26. That'd be 29 players. But Josh, Michael, Justin, they're on the FOMO list right now. That'd be so great if we could, man. If we get these 29 to commit, then I would want 2 more to get to 31. Is it,
That would be the record.
is 30 the record or 31?
30.
30 is.
Yeah.
All right. Actually,
Yeah, the Ed Memorial event had 30,
nice. Okay.
so we went all out for Ed.
Yeah, sure. Ed used to just pop up at Comic Cons, walk up
Yeah.
behind me, tap me on the shoulder. He's like, hey! It's like,
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah.
I miss him.
great guy.
Yep.
Josh says, can you guys talk a bit about deck building that doesn't rely on full team defense coverage, i.e. Cadillac style teammate avoids, like Phil's Heroes for Hire and Juggernaut deck? And then Doug Taylor says, Phil, you should bring your axe to Valhalla, West, and Seattle. Yeah, Doug, I'm going to say no to that.
If Larry will ship me the
Fat Man Thor suit, then I'll try to get away with it.
We could mail it.
yeah, we could mail it to you, Doug.
Yeah. You guys can figure it out. I was just suggesting him if you were short on commentators. No, I would love. Yeah, AJ won't mind sitting out 1 game or 2 and letting Ty commentate with Phil. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I would like to hear you and AJ commentate also.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Right now, let's see, where's Vlad and Sam? I haven't seen either of them in the chat yet. They're coming. Guys, it's not going to be as easy to qualify as I thought. And as I posted in Facebook
Yeah,
group page,
looks about right now. You're going to have about a 33% chance to.
1 in 3.
Yeah.
Phil told me I'm not allowed to play Henry Pym or Deathlock on Friday.
Especially now.
Especially now, because we're getting serious here. We have 16 players for 6 spots.
So I'd recommend Starjammers.
Yeah, I did reach out to the group and ask for Starjammers binary and Raza cards, which for some reason I don't have. I think when my decks got stolen, that might have been in one of those decks.
Yeah, you had a pretty sweet deck with Heroes for Hire, Starjammers, X Babies, and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And I think the deck got stolen.
Yep. That's what Corey was playing at the time.
Yeah.
And so I'm missing a few. AJ says, Howard, I am going to either way, buddy, but also a fun game to play for it. It would be a good time enjoying playing Ty. He is a great player. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. And it's something else to do on Friday. Hopefully you guys please play them, Doug. He won't let me, Howard. He already told me I'm not allowed to play Henry Pym or Deathlock, let alone put them on the same deck.
That's why I'm bringing the axe.
Yeah. Gonna cut my deck in half if I try to sit down with those guys. I tell you, I had fun playing Deathlock. I don't know why you guys don't play some of your favorite characters. Why you always got to play so competitive. He went 6 and 7. And it's definitely not good enough to play against these 16 guys showing up for the qualifier. It's going to be tough. There's no easy wins there.
No.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, looking over that list, and then if we get Justin to show up, Michael and Josh, it'll be a great time either way. And there may be one or two people surprise us that are not on my list that are not telling me they're going to come. They just show up, which would be fun too. Maybe we'll get Miles. Miles said he can't. He could probably, no, he's not qualified, so he'd have to come up on Friday to play.
Right. Yeah, so
Or
from
just
the-
come
I
up
think
for
to get
the
away there.
tournament for the rest of us that
Both
didn't
days.
qualify
Right.
and play. All right, so I had another topic tonight and I've lost it. What else was we supposed to talk about? What do you guys got going on in the chat while I try and gather my thoughts where we want to go? AJ needs his glasses. What do you need your glasses for, AJ?
You can't see Plan Tyler.
Hey.
Commentating.
Howard, how many guys are coming with you? You and the two boys, Sean, Marcel,
The two nephews.
and the two nephews, 7.
And
He's got at least 7 coming from Canada.
Has anybody heard from Mike Sutton?
Mike actually posted something on the Facebook page recently, didn't he? About
I
the
think something
ratings.
about the ratings. 'cause-
How they used to determine them.
Yeah, because he was
Spearheading that
Yeah,
project.
he did.
he was the ratings.
Yeah, he was the ratings. So it'd be nice if Mike Sutton could come and
Yeah,
his
I know.
boy.
I know. Yeah, Josh keeps trying to get Gary to come out, which
It would be nice to see him again.
Yeah,
he's a great player.
yep. I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah.
I think, did he come here once,
He's been here, I think, twice.
twice?
Yeah.
Maybe, that's probably the last time I saw him. So hopefully, man, I'd love to hit 31. Get Keith Berziak. You coming? I'll put him on the FOMO list. He probably don't have FOMO yet, but I'm gonna put him down so I can. I'll bug him, send him a text.
I'll reach out to John Lewis and John Keffer as well.
Howard says there's 7 of them. That's awesome.
Yeah, if they can get Mike Sutton. B8.
Sutton would be 8.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming for a good time. Josh Alexander and Ricky from Oklahoma.
And,
7.
and Carl.
Carl, where's
He's in
Carl?
Oklahoma now.
Is he in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Maybe an hour and a half from Josh, I think.
Okay, so 3 of them from Oklahoma,
The rest-
7 or 8 from Ohio.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio.
7 from Canada.
Yeah,
That's 18 of the 26.
that's awesome. Sorry, guys, in case you didn't know, it's cold in here today. I didn't complain about the temperature in time. Captain says, does anyone know if the 90s tournaments were also Swiss or if they were single LM? They were Swiss.
Yeah, most of them were Swiss.
Yep. And then they take a top cut into the second day for the big events.
Yeah.
But just your regular monthly events,
Vlad will be here, Mike.
yeah, Vlad's coming, Mike. Your regular events, you would run, I think we did 5 rounds of Swiss and then took the top 8. That's what we did in Columbus and when we went down to Gary Martin Jr. And did it then. So it was an all-day event. Howard says 4 people.
That's all they can get in the per car. But
Also, they had
so-
to take 2 cars.
Yeah.
Oh, there, yeah, Zach's car's too small to fit 8. Yeah. So, yeah, Vlad's coming and Sam's coming down with Vlad. AJ's trying to get a new guy to start playing. So,
Yes, we'll see if he shows up.
we're doing our best to get this thing rolling. I guess most of you saw the post that they're starting to they're prepping for play testing. That should be happening soon, so it's a good sign. We got a set coming soon. Ohio and Canada running it, says AJ. Yeah. Hey, the goat's not in the chat tonight.
Yeah, where you at, Marcel?
Yeah. What's up with that?
Delivering that Canadian mail. Just throw it out, I'm sure, to blow in the box.
Howard, is it snowing up there right now? No room for Mike.
Yeah, we know.
We heard you.
Oh, well. Interesting. Yeah. Marcel's probably just,
Laying in the weeds.
yeah, he's
He
probably
just,
in
he
the
just
chat.
trolling.
ain't
He
saying
just
anything.
trolling.
Yeah, he's trolling. I'm excited.
And the playtesting, I think, will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, be interesting to see what comes out of that. I don't know. I've never play tested anything. I don't know how that works when they announce anything, or if they announce anything. They just have play testers and then the cards come out. We released the cards. We play tested them. Believe me, we did. I don't know, but I'm
Yeah.
curious to see.
Looks like Marcel has some of the original playtesting cards. Really coul.
Kemper does.
Yeah, I think maybe Keffer too, but Marcel definitely plays with some in his actual deck. I know he has the Beast Dropkick 9. It was just a 9, said Beast on it, 9 fighting, and then the picture was all blacked out.
Huh.
So it's just really cool. It's just
Yeah.
a black photo where Beast artwork would have been.
Okay. Daniel asked, do players adjust their decks after Swiss play? Say something unexpected for finals. Absolutely not.
No, they can't change your deck.
You cannot add or subtract to the deck once you play it in the first game. You have to play that deck exactly the same way all the way through. There's no side decks like in Yu-Gi-Oh! And does Magic do side decks? I'm not sure.
Although they are letting someone add cards if they forgot them.
They're being generous. Yeah, if it's an obvious mistake, like I'm playing Beast and I
They
left all
don't
3
have
of his
any
negates out of my deck, you're gonna let me put them back in the second? Gonna let me add them to my deck in the second game?
Which Howard actually did and didn't
Well-
catch until like round 4 or 5.
I'm gonna call him out like that.
Well, I'm trying to help
What?
him.
I think he learned his lesson, right, Howard?
Did
Sorry,
you?
buddy.
Did you,
I
Howard?
wasn't gonna tell everybody who it was.
Howard, did you learn?
He says, shh. I thought when BMG said they'd announced a closed alpha before January ends, that meant they'd accept application or something for people who want to be involved. I guess not. No, it is by invitation only. I asked that question, was it on their post or in the group chat, or the Overpower page? I can't remember, or the Overpower Facebook page, or on their page. Keith, who is running the play testing, said it's by invitation only. So you cannot volunteer, you cannot apply for it. I guess they know who they want and who they don't want. I don't know how they determine that. I asked him 3 questions in that post, and I can't remember what it was. Can you volunteer? Do you get to keep the cards? You do not. You have to get the cards back.
Can I be a volunteer?
I did not volunteer for play testing. And I don't remember what the 3rd question I asked him was. But it's the same questions that I get asked quite a bit. And now I don't remember what. He answered all 3. He did come on and say, you cannot volunteer, you do not get to keep the cards. And I don't remember what the 3rd one was. So hopefully that anytime they get close to play testing, it means something's coming. Personally, I would have hoped they were play testing about a year ago. But I'm assuming the BMG guys got together and were play testing just with themselves.
It may be hard if you don't know what the IP is.
Oh, no. The IP's not on the cards.
Oh, really?
The play testing should just be this character gets +2 to venture this turn. Something along those lines. They would be very generic.
But you don't think you'd have to know what the character is?
No, it wouldn't matter. You could make up your own character. Say Goliath. Goliath is +4 to attack this battle, or this battle, and that's it. There might not even be names on the cards of character name. It's like character gains +2. Character makes a 6 strength attack.
I think that would be hard to build something if you don't know who the card's for.
Well, they wouldn't necessarily have to have character names. They could color code them. Say
guess you
character
could.
green.
Right.
Green throws this attack.
Yeah, I could.
I guess it could be
So,
colors.
Yeah, because you can't put anything on those playtester cards when you don't have an IP.
Right.
So they have, as far as I know, they haven't signed one. I'm sure they're dying to tell us when they sign an IP. So usual tournament rules are you have to keep them the same, says Doug. Yes. You're welcome, Daniel. And Howard says never again. Yeah, sorry, Captain. I don't know. playtesting is a lot of work. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and little reward.
Yeah, I guess it could be independent characters or public domain characters that they're shipping out. Not sure. I don't
Josh
know.
says, I just want to get that Zorro character card.
Yeah, which is cool because he's on that 8 fighting.
Really nice piece of art.
Yeah, Zorro is a really cool character. I'd assume since they want to start out with an IP and not public domain, that there won't be any Zorro in the first set. Just my hunch. Hopefully I'm wrong. Doug Taylor says, that's true, Doug, but thematically you want certain mechanics to fit specific characters. For instance, Henry Pym should be kind of weak. Wow. He already is kind of weak, in case you hadn't noticed, Doug, but thanks.
He means maybe on his grid or? Yeah, someone said something about Henry Pym. It was Sean Sawyer. Said he
Yes.
was almost playable.
Yeah, almost playable.
And I said he-
Almost.
I said,
I know. I read your reply.
oh, okay.
You didn't back me up one little bit.
If he had a real JW, maybe.
Yeah. That would be nice. And even if, yeah,
Yeah, if he just had the true JW, I think he'd be playable.
yeah. A 3 and followed up with a power card instead of a 5 that gets no follow-up.
Yeah, because then he'd have a super nasty chain. One of the,
Natural.
natural
chain. Yeah,
most
you
starting.
don't
yeah.
need Beyonder to start his chain.
Right, you could play an ally, the 1 multi, the 4, make an additional JW and a power card. It's-
Yeah. it's
And I'd
pretty
let you
nasty.
play Henry Pym on Friday night.
And that brings up another subject, chains. People have been asking a lot about chain attacks. So but maybe we should talk about that a little. I think we've covered it once before, but so many new people keep coming in to the Facebook page and on the live stream. 8 fighting for 17 points. How about, says Josh, on the Zorro? Yeah, probably.
It's needed.
Because he's not going to be really strong. His intellect will be up there, but his energy, I would think, wouldn't be anything. So it's possible, but I think, like somebody said, who said that? Captain. Yeah, I don't know. They may, the testers maybe using public domain characters. We'll find out. At some point,
I mean, that would make sense.
we'll see them. But playtesting cards, I don't know. When we sat down to try and create a game many years ago, it was just the mechanics is all you're working on. And you can always add the characters. That's the last step, I would think. So chain attacks, they got to run through one character, or if they run through multiple characters, you can't chain a chain. Invisible Woman's 3 does not mean Mr. Fantastic can follow it up with this 4 fighting, may make 1 additional fighting and make that additional attack. It goes back to the wording on the original card that starts the chain that says they can make 1 additional attack. If it said play 1 additional card, then maybe we could have that discussion, but it is an attack. So, did we talk about that on the stream? Or the biggest chain attack going right now is through Beyonder, and you can get it up to 6, right? Is that what we figured out? It's hard to do with anybody else, and that's just because my Beyonder deck with Magneto and White Queen, Magneto had an extra 4, maybe 1 additional attack that
And so-
Beyonder could play.
And so does White Queen.
Yeah, that leads to the White Queen 4, that leads to the White Queen JW. So if you start the chain with the
Morph 2.
the morph Red 2 of Doom, where Beyonder gets to make 2 additional attacks, it can be pretty nasty. A lot of the low attacks, they're almost all 4 or less, depending on what White Queen's follow-up power card is. But it's a lot of attacks that you got to defend, or you lose somebody.
And a lot of 4s.
Yeah. Doug says, all the games I play tested include specific characters, except maybe at the earliest stages when the basic game mechanics are being figured out. Okay.
Yeah, I would think if you're making a new game, then it's not as imperative. But
Yeah. All right. I will defer to Doug Taylor, and maybe there will be characters on the cards, but they're going to be pretty generic, I would think. Yeah, AJ says probably just numbers for characters, no names. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of playtesting myself. Not that I don't like to do it. It is definitely needed. It is required, and it takes a lot of work. You need guys like Phil Keffer playtesting because Phil Keffer
Knows
can
how to
break
the game.
He can break a card. Yeah, he's very good at it. He always has been, and it's you need guys like him. And Lee Valentine was very good at it. They could take 3 cards and figure out how to break your game using those 3 cards, and it's kind of fun to watch, but it's not fun to play against. So you need guys like that, and I would imagine they're even reaching out to non-overpowered players.
Maybe some Magic players or something.
Yeah, I would think just people that love to play card games and find out what works, what doesn't work.
The only problem with that, there's so many meta rules that may not work for the non-OP players.
Yeah, it might be too deep
Yeah, they'd have to learn
into
too big of
into
a
the
learning
game.
curve.
Yeah, they have to learn too much. The learning curve will probably be pretty big. But it's coming soon. Hopefully, we'll get something out this year. I would love to see something in 2024 that would change the way this game is played.
Yeah.
And where and how. I mean, it would be playing everywhere.
Yeah, how we could get the player base elevated quickly.
Yep. Josh says, Ally into Fairchild JC, she plays dominoes and Numerax have 7 non-dupe power cards in hand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible.
Eh,
but not likely.
Mathematically, not probable, but
Yeah, you
yes.
can do something similar with Bullseye, where everything's a special, or everything's a weapon.
Everything's a weapon,
Yeah.
but not too easily. The Beyonder chain can happen quite easily. I got to play it a few times against people. Sometimes,
You just pick up your cards and leave.
yeah, you can knock some.
Two.
Sometimes you get 2 characters. If it happens a little deeper into the game, you got a hit or 2 on somebody. Yeah, it's fun. Right, Josh. Possible, but not probable.
Yeah, there's a few cards like that.
Yeah. What is that? 9 attacks? 7, 8. Wow. No, it's more than that. That'd be 10 attacks. Ally, Fairchild, Dominoes.
Well,
3.
her card, the card that she plays isn't really an attack. It just says she can play all power cards.
Oh, okay.
So.
So it's still 9.
Right.
If you have 7 power cards in your hand.
If you're playing the original Domino, it could be all 8.
Yep.
She was an 8 stat.
Yeah. Yep. But the chains are something that comes up quite a bit, almost as often as proxies. What can I play and what can't I play? So if you have any questions, always put them in that Overpower Facebook page. People will let you know right away. All right, that was the 3rd topic I had tonight, so I think I'm done. You got anything you need to tell these fine folks?
No, just have a great week and
And
start
start
prepping
making your
decks.
plans.
Yeah,
February
there's-
23rd and 24th.
It's going to be hard to qualify, so
Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's
Do
going to be
some,
some really good bragging rights.
do some due diligence and make a super competitive deck. And
Josh's got a question. What if you use Thor's special to engineer your deck down to those 8 cards during the previous round? Yeah,
you could do that.
yeah.
Or Lex Luthor.
Yep, Lex Luthor has the same card. And Ricky says Josh's example with Pim particles and drawn 10 along with no dupes event. Yeah. It's possible.
Or my event, draw 2 extra cards. Keep dupes.
Keep dupes. Yep, that's sometimes fun. It always seems to play in your favor, though, not mine when I draw 2 cards. Eric says they should incorporate a sliding point scale, benefit scale. For example, Thor at 23 points should be 6 points better than Scarlet Witch at 17. And he's not. You are correct.
I don't know. He can play 2 extra teamworks, and he has a 8 and a 12. So 2-card KO combo.
For 6 more points?
That's pretty good.
I think they ought to do something similar to what HeroClix does. HeroClix added keywords, and we could find a way to do keywords to characters.
Or different starting points. They did that too.
Yeah,
They're not as powerful.
the dial
depending
has
on what dial you're
different,
on.
yeah.
Different starting points.
You could,
Yeah, Thor starts as a 3 energy. You got to build up.
I was thinking more along the lines of make him an Avenger.
Yeah.
Kind of like the home bases, though, but
Right.
instead of just having those that are listed there, you could give that keyword to all the Avengers, like Henry Pym. And
I see where you went there. Good night, folks.
I'm telling you, Henry Pym's fun to play. Josh says, I believe the new BMG cards will separate the deck building points from the total value of the stats. I don't know that that's a fact. Have you heard anything about that?
I have not.
I think they print the total number of the stats on the card. I think, doesn't Dracula have 23 printed on him?
22. I don't know.
Or 22?
Yeah, I know they lowered his fighting grid and
They changed his
enhanced
energy.
it and
He was the
raised his
same amount of points, I thought.
yeah, but
Just
lowered his
They rearranged the numbers a little.
lowered his fighting.
Thor had a freaking 4 energy in their original set. Yeah, Thor got screwed in that first set. 6 strength.
Yeah, he was really weak.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Thor is a fun character.
But he had that card that bumped his energy to an 8, so I'm thinking that's what they were thinking. At the time, those cards would be playable.
Yeah, but that was for the end of only that battle, though, right? It wasn't
Right.
the end of game.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a non-OPD, so I'm thinking they were thinking you could throw a few of those in there and bump them a few times throughout the game.
Ricky said they print that on the card so they have that option where they could make the point totals different than the stats. Right now, I don't believe they plan on changing that, but who knows? They have not
Yeah, I guess you
announced it, but it would be kind of cool.
To have 23 points, but only count as 21 points of deck building.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of that with other heroes too. It was just an inherent, like Hydra. And,
Sure, Hydra.
Yeah.
Captain says maybe I'm biased as a huge Thor fan. Yeah, oh no, you ain't biased. They screwed him in that first set.
Yeah.
They made Thor completely unplayable back then.
And the second set didn't get any better. Just gave him a lousy avoid.
Yep. They didn't.
But yeah, I think they were thinking that bumping this grid was going to be powerful because then they gave him the 4 combined with an energy card. And
If that card if there would have been a way to equip the character with that card,
right, or let you draw a card after you play it. It's not a
I'd
wasted
have to do
card.
it every hand though.
Yeah.
I think
Well, it's
that
kinda like
would
the
be
DC
a great way
cards.
to moderate their power level, says Josh. Yeah, that's one way. But then again, is Scarlet Witch really only a 17-point character?
No.
Maybe she would be 19 or 20 if we go to this route.
Or 21.
I
And
don't.
she's better than the Reavers.
And they're 21.
Yeah.
So, it cuts both ways. I don't really, I would love to see Thor playable by making him fewer points, but I don't want to see Scarlet Witch jacked up in points and then her not be played anymore. So, it can go either way. I think Deathlock should definitely be a 7, and Henry Pym should have a negate, and then this game is done. They've answered all my questions. Josh says Scarlet Witch should definitely be higher. It's a huge balancing point,
Yeah.
and I don't know how they ever determined point values.
I don't either, but yeah, when you got Spawn and Heroes for Hire that are, an 8 grid and a 7 grid.
At 21 points.
And Universal Void and the JW.
Right, and then you got
And then
Apocalypse.
you get Thor, and Apocalypse and
He's
Thor that can't get
23
played.
points, and he's a max 7.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the dual 7s they seem to really
Captain says,
not show any love to.
right. Captain says, yeah, but for using that Thor energy boost to make any sense, you'd have to put him in an energy deck for there to be energy power cards to make that work. Yep.
Right.
And he's only a 4 energy on that original one, but in the IQ, he's a 7 energy with 7 strength.
Yeah.
And who the heck is going to put someone with a 4 energy in an energy deck? I agree, Captain. But
Okay.
like I said, use the IQ hero.
Or use the old one and play Serpent Crown now. You can bump them to a 7 energy.
If you draw it in time. uh, those cards were kind of fun.
Yeah. Wait,
But-
now you can play it with the Odin's Vault, so you can get it out right away.
You can, and I tried that with Deathlock,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Must have
just,
worked some. He won a few games.
yeah, but it wasn't because of Deathlock. Sometimes there were just times where you didn't want to do it because you're down a card,
Right.
so it made it tough.
And to me, I feel like you're down 2 cards at that point.
Uh-oh,
Because you have a discard, then you have to take the artifact that has no venture points.
yeah.
So
Um,
I'm counting you only having 6 cards at hand.
Ricky says, I can't wait to play against Doug's Henry Pym Deathlock Morph deck. I have looked at putting Henry Pym and Deathlock on the same team, and there's no way I would do it. They got to be a separate team. You can't have 2 weaklings, let alone 3, but putting Morph on there.
Could put Beyonder, though. And not with Deathlock, though.
Deathlock's a 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 20. The max 620.
He should have had the inherent that he's only 15 points for deck building.
That'd be awesome.
Hmm.
I wonder if Joe's listening. Hey, Joe, can you help a brother out?
Because he's definitely not better than the X Babies.
No. Howard says a 7 with negate should be at least 20 points. Whoa, Josh says 100% agree with Howard. And Josh, Doug could have Henry Pym, Deathlock, and Morph with Warlock in reserve. You know what? That's 4 players I would play. I wouldn't put them on the same deck, but Adam Warlock, he's fun.
Yeah, I like him. That card is so.
Oh, no, and Ricky says, and not Adam Warlock.
Oh, another Warlock?
Yes, there is a Warlock character, and
No specials.
no specials. And I actually have one of those promos to give away at the Champion Champs. It's in the stack. All right, Ricky, I'm going to put together a Henry Pym or a Deathlock deck. They're not going to be on the same deck. What am I talking? Just even for fun, I don't think I'd put them on the same deck.
Yeah, just keep the Deathlock deck and throw in the KO event.
I know that's what Josh said too.
Yeah, you get a couple JWs off and kill them off.
And it's 1 per deck. Is that run?
No.
Don't run.
Don't even run that 1 per deck.
No.
What? What if they bet 4? I could make them discard 4 cards or burn
Oh,
in
if
the
you're
game.
playing Pym.
No. Oh, that's Pym. Right. Yeah. Deathlock has no 1 per deck. So you're right.
He's got the new one. He got that new one.
Which
That's
is
awful.
Oh
It
no! It
cancels
gets
the
rid of
inherents.
the inherent ability. Yeah. Yeah. It's.
It's almost as bad as his other 1 per decks.
It's just a hair better.
I don't know. I'd rather have him a 7, I think.
Yeah. Well, he's got one
The
of
one
those.
he can play from reserve.
Yeah,
Luther
but
Manning.
Luther Manning, is that the one that raises his fighting?
Yeah.
And who's going to put Deathlock on a fighting deck?
Well, you could. With Captain
God.
America.
Captain America to defend him.
Yeah. You're not going to need to defend him.
And nobody's going to attack Deathlock.
Right.
AJ did.
That's
I
what-
think AJ did it just for spite.
Yeah.
He don't treat me good.
Hey, Jay keeps trying to get me to play a Shang-Chi deck because of the avoid and the opponent has to discard a card. And I said, who's going to attack him?
Shang-Chi's 19 points.
He has that really nice card. It's like Dazzlers. Makes the opponent discard all their fighting icons, place them in hand. But he's a
Yeah.
fighting hero.
Yeah, you got to time that just right. But Dazzler's is for energy, and she's an energy hero.
Yeah, but she's got a much better inherent that it doesn't have to be an energy deck. The reserve can defend her with power cards.
Right.
So
Yeah, that is nice.
you just stick her up there for a couple teamworks and make it a non-energy deck.
Ricky said that would kill my Jubilee deck if it nuked my inheritance. Yes, I know. Now convince Phil I should play Deathlock,
For 1 deck.
just in case I play Ricky.
I'll let you at it.
Time to bust out that image inducer.
Yeah.
I don't like burning 2 cards. Because as soon as I do, there goes that 1 per deck that I was playing for. Shang-Chi's avoid opponent discard. It's cool, says Ricky.
Yeah,
Hey,
cool.
there's Vlad. Hi, Vlad. Just as we're about ready to wrap up. We went a little long hoping you'd show up.
And you did.
And there you are. Vlad is coming up on Friday of the Champ of Champs. I think he's planning on being here around 2 or 3 o'clock. That's the earliest I've heard so far. That's one thing I should let you know.
I think
We
3
open it-
players from Boston are going to get here Friday morning.
Okay, we open at 10 o'clock and we will open up the room as soon as players start showing up. Here's another thing, I keep forgetting to post this. You do not, if you come in Friday to play in the qualifier and you qualify, you do not have to play the same deck on Saturday. So if you want to play a little funner deck on Friday and just try to qualify and you do get in, you can play a more serious deck on Saturday. Or you do it the other way around. Play your serious deck on Friday and have fun on Saturday with a little lesser deck, what you think might be a lesser deck, and then you go on to win. So plan on having 2 full days of Overpower. It'll be a good time and good friends, and we'll just hang out, play cards, trade cards, and eat food.
Did we get Jets as a sponsor yet?
I'm sure Jets will throw some food our way. I haven't talked to them about it yet, but they'll come up with some pizzas for sure.
No turbo crust.
Well, we'll do one for AJ.
One?
All right.
He loves that turbo crust. And if you don't know what a turbo crust is, I think they just put butter on the crust, and so it's so greasy. You're right. No turbo crust.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, maybe. But anyways, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks for joining us. It's been fun, as always. And let's talk next week about ways to make Deathlock or Henry Penn playable. And you guys come up with some ideas, and we'll see how good they are.
We'll need to add a lot to the podcast,
What the heck is a turbo crust? Yeah, it's just butter on the crust, I think.
Yeah,
But
butter
boy, it
or
makes it
garlic butter or
greasy.
something, yeah.
Man, you can't play cards. You got butter all over your fingers. It tastes okay. AJ really likes it, so we always get a turbo crust just from my buddy AJ. All right, guys, thanks again. Follow us on Facebook and join that Facebook group page because we got all kinds of stuff going on in there. We'll see you all next week. Say goodnight, Phil.
Say goodnight.